The stuff we do is dangerous. Don't try this at home.
We're what you call experts.
On this episode of Mythbusters, Adam and Jamie go full throttle for the most dangerous stunt in Mythbusters history.
Did such an aggressive wheelie his head fell off.
Testing the viral video that a motorcycle could surf the surface of a lake.
I want to try it.
But will it be man over bike?
Could he plant himself right here and just start flying?
Or will Jamie torque on water? Meanwhile, Carrie, Tori, and Grant get the drop on a free-fall free-for-all.
God, I don't even want to know what the G's are on that.
Finding out if a criminal could make a parachute out of the paraphernalia inside a hotel room.
What is that, the new fall fashion?
Ah!
But will their crazy canopies
A lot of wet floors with all these shower curtains missing.
let Busters skydive and survive?
Come on! Open!
Who are the Mythbusters? Adam Savage.
This is science in action.
And Jamie Heineman.
Bye-bye.
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience. Together with Brad Imahara.
That is crazy!
Carrie Byron. And Tori Balachi.
It's about to get real.
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
Jamie, you remember when Cary Grant and Tori did the episode about a sports car skipping across a lake?
I do.
50 miles an hour! That car didn't skip, it flipped!
We got one similar to that this time, except this time it's a motorcycle riding on the water.
A motorcycle actually riding on top of water.
Apparently, we got a motorcyclist. He's riding down the freeway way too fast. He comes to a bend, and when he comes to the bend, he can't make it, so he plows right through it, and there is a lake, except that he stays on top of the lake and makes it safely to the other side.
Sounds dangerous and fun. I'm in.
Excellent.
Motorbikes and water seem like a catastrophic combination. Yet according to this myth, if you take the lake at freeway speeds, you could burn Aqua all the way to the other side. But will this physics-defying feat prove more sink than skim?
Clearly, this episode ends with one of us, I'm guessing it's you, riding a big, powerful motorcycle and attempting to keep it on top of the water.
Yeah, but I don't think we should just jump right into this because it involves high speed, crashes, drowning, broken bones. It's risky.
All right, well, they do make some very powerful RC motorcycles. Let's say we take one of those out into the field, ride them over a small body of water, and see what we can learn on the high-speed camera.
Sure, why not?
Now, we're not going to be going stampeding towards full scale right away in this story. We've come to a basically off-road motorcycle park not far from the Mythbusters shop, and we're going to be doing a little bit of experimenting with these.
These are little radio-controlled motorcycles, and they happen to have a gyroscope in the rear wheel to help them stabilize as they go. The top speed on them is about 20 miles an hour. What that'll do in water, I have no idea, but that's what we're here to find out.
Well, our scale bikes require a scaled pool, and that's just what this is. With a nice gentle transition over there, it's only a couple of inches deep, and with the aid of our high-speed camera, hopefully, it will illuminate some key things we need to know about whether or not bikes can stay on top of the water.
And with the H2O ready to go, it's time for the wheels to meet the water.
Here we go.
Oh! Nice! Mr. Heineman delivers. No riding a bike through water, he wheelies through water.
It's not quite the wheel deal, as this myth is about skimming on two wheels, not one. But luckily, they don't have long to wait.
Yeah, this is it. Woo!
As the Heineman masters the two-wheel maneuver.
Yeah!
And 4 triumphant trips later,
Whoa!
It's time to see if the bike's riding the top of the pond or the bottom, thanks to the high-speed review.
Let us see what we can learn.
Wow. Sort of on the surface right in the beginning because it's coming off of that initial ramp. The rear wheel is down though.
And it's going down further.
At this point, it's clear that both wheels are down.
It is definitely deep in the water. It's almost deep enough where I could say it really feels like it's riding on the bottom.
It's not the news they were looking for. On each and every run, their bike is driving through the water and not over it. And that means for this myth to stay afloat, Adam and Janie are going to need a plan B. Next, Carrie, Tori, and Grant shoot the breeze.
All right, so this next one sounds like a Hollywood action movie, but apparently it's totally legit.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so wanted criminal, surrounded by police, tracked down to the 20th floor of a hotel. After a protracted negotiation, they break down the door and guess what they find?
Money, jewels.
Yes, but also a homemade parachute.
That one sounds familiar. The guy was stuck in his hotel room for 3 hours, and he started making a homemade parachute out of sheets and shower curtains, but he never made the jump because the police broke in and caught him before he could.
So he never jumped. We don't know if the parachute actually works.
Exactly. Can you make a homemade parachute out of things you can find in a standard hotel room?
Cool.
Yep, this audacious escapade comes straight from the criminal mind. Supposedly, this bad guy was going to wing it with a makeshift chute. But could he have defeated gravity for this getaway? Is there any way an improvised parachute could let you down safely?
All right, guys, how about this? We get all of the standard contents from a hotel room, you know, drapes, sheets, shower curtains, lamp cords, and then we have 3 hours to build a parachute.
Well, that's great. We can connect each of our chutes to Buster and drop them from 20 stories, just like in the myth.
All right, well, we better get cracking. The police are on their way. Where's he going?
Yep, first it's a build-off or shootout.
We're working on the myth that you can make a parachute out of common things you might find in a hotel room. Now, that gives us so much material. We've got the bedding on the beds, the curtains, the blackout curtains, the rods, the strings, any cords you could find from lamps or TVs or Ethernet cables, and the wealth that is the bathroom. I mean, we have shower curtains, towels, anything you can think of.
Now, we have 3 hours to do this because the burglar only had 3 hours to see which of us could come up with the most successful parachute.
And the clock starts now. So the first decision is to choose their weaving of choice.
So what I'm going to use is this blackout curtain. It's fabric coated by plastic. That's going to give me a lot of wind resistance. And not only that, that plastic coating is going to give me more strength.
Hopefully this will work. I'm starting out with the lightest, least porous materials that I could find, which are the shower curtains, the liners. I'm going to attach them and make them the base of my parachute. I figure they'll hold the air the best.
So what I'm doing is using these curtain rods to make a frame. And then from that, I'm going to drape this duvet cover over it. And the reason I chose a duvet cover as opposed to regular sheets is I didn't want to sew any seams. I think if I have any seams in there, it's going to be not as strong.
Indeed, because strength is vital, considering what their improvised chutes have to mimic.
Now, the way a parachute works is by increasing the surface area of a falling object, so that way it has more contact with air. And it's this air resistance that decelerates the terminal velocity of a human from 120 miles an hour to less than 5 miles per hour for a soft landing. So that's what we're trying to match.
Yep, it's a head-to-head challenge that's going to require some clever crafting.
Whoa, what hotel are you staying in? The Ritz?
I don't know. This looks more like the kind of hotel where you could rent the hot tub by the hour.
And each Mythbuster is opting for a different shape of canopy.
It's quite a challenge, especially with shower curtains and sheets.
Grant's going for 144 square feet of fabric,
I already ripped it. It's not a good thing.
while Carrie is sewing sheets into a more traditional dome design.
I'm using the cord from the curtains to tie it together, and then I'm leaving a hole right in the middle so that it should sail down straight. If that doesn't work, I'm going to tie a pillow to my head like a helmet.
And Tori is patching together a rectangular chute.
So we're already 1 hour into this challenge, and I'm looking at the size of my parachute. I don't think this is going to be good enough. I don't think I'm going to get this done.
It's my harness.
What is that, the new fall fashion?
Okay, time pressure is starting to get to me because I just don't think I can get this done. I don't think I can get this done in 3 hours.
With less than 5 minutes to go,